How we all doing tonight? You got your boy Meck here. You got your boy fucking Chadwick here. You know how we do all night. We're just chilling and vibing all night. We listen to music every now and then. We chilling and vibing. Cal, what kind of fuck you been, big dog? Like, let's talk about you first. Like, what's going on in your life?
Yeah, I'm out here in Pennsylvania. You can hear me good?
I can hear you perfectly fine.
All right. Yeah, I'm out here in Pennsylvania, and there's all this smoke going on out here at the moment on the I don't know, was it the June 8th? I think yeah, it's June 8th here in Pennsylvania, and where you are too, obviously. You're in Florida, and
Yes,
there's
sir.
smoke all around me. You can't see it, but there's smoke all around me from Canada. Apparently, Canada has got forest fires going on or something, and it's causing smoke to occur throughout our whole country at the moment. And it's affecting me and the whole country on the East Coast here. It's just so bad. You can't see it. I know you can't see it, but I can see it. And where I am, it's already coming to my house. It's coming to where I'm living here, and I can see it around me. You might not believe this because you can't see it, but it's here. There's this orange smoke fog going on around me, and I'm breathing it in. So are so many other Americans. Like millions of Americans are breathing this in right now. We don't know what it. We. I mean, we assume that it's coming from Canada, and we assume that this smoke is coming from this forest fire from Canada. But it's really bad. It's like the hurricane that you went through when we were doing the podcast in the past. We've done so many podcasts now. We're at like 20 plus podcasts, and you have gone through a hurricane, so you've already gone through some like crazy shit yourself. And now
Yes,
I'm
sir.
and now I'm going through crazy shit where I am in Pennsylvania, and there's smoke around me coming from apparently Canada. It's ridiculous. Uh, do you? Have you? I mean, what do you think of this smoke? Can you see the smoke that's around me? Can you see this?
I'll be completely honest with you with the video camera. I really can't see too much. But no, I just want to believe you with all the pictures you sent me, and honestly, I feel quite bad for you guys. And honestly, I used to live in fucking P8, and kind of like we were talking over the phone, you don't know it's like the older people and shit like that. Oh, there are probably some people dying right now that we don't even know about during the whole entire.
It's
Um,
we're breathing this in, and it's like it's bad. It's like we can see this stuff every outside of where we are. It's like this smoke is just everywhere where we are in Pennsylvania right now. And also, if you look at like the photos that I sent you on text message from New York City and from New Jersey, between the bridges and stuff, it's like I guess the air quality. I guess the what's happening is that the wind is blowing it into us. It's ridiculous what's happening here, and you can't see it, but it's really happening. There's the air quality here is really bad, and it's just ridiculous what's going on. But I might die in the next week or so, and I want you to keep this podcast going no matter what happens to
bro,
me.
like, you
Can you
know
keep?
what you really just fucking need to do, dude, like, you told me you had some money saved up. Just come stay down here for a fucking week if you're like that fucking concerned. My parents wouldn't care. We
Yep,
have an extra
I'm not
room.
even that concerned.
And
It's
when
more
you
so
were a
like,
great John, you were telling me about snakes.
yep. What
Let's
I'm
talk
saying
about
is
that.
there's just like it's just like affecting so many people, millions of people, and where you are in Florida, fortunately, and I'm so thankful. that I'm so thankful. Thank you, God, that American Meck is not dealing with this controversy that's happening with this smoke fog in Florida, because American Meck will keep this podcast going if I die for some reason due to the smoke that's happening around me that he doesn't even see. I see you, Meck. You got the nice background going for you. You got a different background tonight. You have a white and black background. What do you think? You got the white and black background, and I'm looking at you with the white and black background that you have. It's so beautiful.
Early, I made to a table and I got a brand new laid out of it so you can see it. Got a brand new computer chair, and I'm just like chilling at this new kind of desk, I guess you want to call it. But yeah, I got a brand new desk and
Dope. No, I didn't
not
even
really.
know you had a
It's
computer
just a
chair. I didn't
table,
even know
but
you had a new computer chair behind you. But I can tell that each time we do these podcasts, like, you're improving in terms of your quality of audio and what we've been doing. You used to have the headset on, and I can hear you good right now without the headset on. Do you usually have a headset on?
I usually do. I just don't feel like using it today. I just got on my laptop right now, and it sounds like my video is doing pretty well. So in
It
audio,
does.
so I just got on my $15,000 laptop.
Nice. Which is a great thing to do for our podcast, because I appreciate you putting that effort into improving the quality of what we've been doing. So, do you have your art book in front of you? Because I know we were doing. I requested some art from. I personally requested some art from you before we even started this podcast. I was hitting you up and I was asking you a Meck's book. It's got the American Meck with the American flag, beautiful design with our logo on it. It's got the pedal to the metal on the back.
But
That's
yeah, I got it right here.
it's beautiful, the art that you do, man. The art that you do is like
Let's show the world the first drawing, which was our hot sauce bottle that I hope we still kind of get out there. I still like to redo that drawing to make it a bit better. So I want the wings to be the same, but like I love that to be like a
it's like the hot sauce bottle. It looks like kind of like a bat almost, like a bat, and it's got the two eyes that are kind of like alienish in the. It looks like a bottle, so you can twist off the top and you can pour out the hot sauce almost.
yeah,
That's dope.
exactly.
You want to talk about that for a moment and what you did there?
Yeah. Let's talk about our business and whatnot. What's going on here?
I was looking at that art. Do you want to talk about? Can you talk about what you just drew? What you just showed everybody that's listening and myself?
Yeah, sure. What I kind of want to turn that art into is like an actual bottle where it's like an alien. It's kind of like Mothman almost, but like you kind of like to open up the hot sauce bottle, you got like push and pull like the lid off. Like you gotta push the lid. Like you'll have the bottle top right there, which is why I kind of like made a little thing on top of its head, and then like making it like a scary ass like bottle and whatnot, and you just gotta open up the bottle with his wings. That's what kind of my plan is. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of cool. And then you drew something tonight. Let's see what you updated tonight. Here it comes.
Alright, I'm not gonna go that far into it. I was kind of going off of Iron Man, but it was kind of bad. Like I drew it kind of bad. I chose in a redraw, but anyways, it was
Yep, yeah, hell, heck yeah.
That's my
So
Iron Man
that
right
there
there.
is like the
Apparently, he
heart.
looks like an alien slash Iron Man with like the little heart or whatever, where he kind of has that heart thing in him, and I don't know what, I forget what happened. I gotta rewatch that fucking movie, but anyways, I just drew up a picture of him and try to make something out of it.
That's beautiful. See, this is what's up with our podcast is that we have American Meck, who is the professional artist. I got some art behind me. This is like everything that I have is art is by drawn by other people. Your art is drawn by you. It's like, how do I become an artist like you? How do I become how does somebody become an artist? How did you do that? How did you just come up with that idea?
Hmm. Basically, what I kind of did was like try to make tooth with the Oslo spot. I kind of looked at like an alien, and I kind of looked at Mothman a little bit, and I like chose the wings a bit, and I was like, let's make a secondary creature out of this, like mystical creatures and whatnot. Like, what can I do with it? And I don't know, I just started to draw because like I was looking at your aliens and whatnot. Like, I wonder if I can make an alien head, but with Mothman's body and just hmm.
What
And I
inspires
did
you?
it. And I
How
thought
how
it.
how do you how do you just come up with these ideas? Because like I wish I could come up with. I literally wish I could come up with these ideas that you had. It's like you have these so many ideas, and you just make them happen. And I wish I could do that. It's like everything that you draw is my wish that I could. It's like I wish I could just like come up with that. Like I wish I could just like. I mean, I can't. I know I can, and I know I can do it. But it's like when I see you do it, it inspires me to do it. Almost. It's like the way that you think about it and the way that you make it happen right away. It's like you don't even. It's like you don't even spend time. You just make it happen.
That's just all I fucking do, bro. Like, even in real life, like, I like even becoming a manager soon because in a way that I kind of had, I told him to hire two of the best people on our job site to become managers since I knew two of them were leaving. They got so pissed off they ended up laying me off. Not really pissed off, but like I could tell that he was mad because like but yeah. And anyways, laid me off, hired me back, and now the big man off campus regrets laying me off, and um they now the coach that really likes me, he's like, yo man, we're never gonna let you go, whatnot. We're gonna give you a big future here, whatnot. And then after driving my buddy manager home, and I told him about my work meetings and whatnot, and I might become a manager because the amount of work experience I have, and plus all the ideas, and he put them all into play was like, well, I feel bad for laying this guy off, or like,
It seems like you
I
have
don't know what
really good
way to put it.
ideas, and you. It seems like you have really good ideas, and like you just make them happen.
Like in real life, like I told you about the management positions, like I got two of the best people that do the best jobs there to cook and a server as a manager, and now I might be a manager, but I'll let you know about that when that happens. And yeah,
So, American Mech from America, and me, Chadwick, from America as well. I'm wearing. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Where are we going? Can you ask me a question?
Ask you a question?
Ask me a question.
Alright. I'm like what we were kind of just chilling about, talking about. We were talking about snake hunting. You want to talk to Crowd about that? What that job was you found in Florida
Oh yeah.
that you're
So
talking about?
there's a bunch of snakes in Florida, and there's snakes that need to be killed because they're an invasive species. And Florida is paying people to kill these snakes that are non-poisonous, but they're very big. I think they're. I don't know what type of snake they're. I forget what type of snake they are, but they're paying people to kill snakes in Florida that are just like big snakes.
I mean, now hell, I killed a poisonous snake before with my not my bare hands, but with a shovel. But yeah, I'm down.
Me
Like,
too.
let's do it. About originally, so just down live in the wilderness for a little while, just get like the right equipment, just be say fuck it, what wait for a month and or more, and just like get a job and live in the wilderness. Hell, we don't need a resort apartment. Like, we can live in the wilderness. Cheers. You got your beer
Cheers.
ready?
Uh, yeah, dude.
Fuck it,
Cheers.
let's go. Cheers, bro. I fucking miss the wilderness. I miss camping. Like, they got showers at most campsites, so it's kind of like we get hired by the government. If I remember right, it was like $200 a snake, or like depending on the size that we kill.
Yeah. So what I was reading is that there's an invasive species of snake in Florida, and and you can get paid to kill them in the ever in the I get it's like in the swamp area, I guess. They and if you find them and you kill a big one, you can get paid to kill the big one. You can also get paid to like kill like if there's like a if you find like the area where they reproduce and like have babies, like you can get paid more or something. I guess I'm not exactly. I forget what I. Do you remember what I told you? Because I don't remember what I was talking about at this point.
About the snakes,
Yeah, about the snakes.
how big they are and how small they
No,
are.
I mean about how you get paid to kill them.
You gotta go to the government or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
they get your money or something like that. Like, I never sent you send me that.
yeah,
Um, but yeah.
yeah. I don't remember exactly how much you get paid to kill them, but you do get paid to kill snakes, and you can get paid to kill snakes in Florida because there's an invasive species in Florida that needs to be killed.
Hell, we might as well just fucking kill gators at this point to get paid. Yeah, right? We're gonna kill snakes, but I wanna go fucking after alligators. It's like, fuck it.
Whatever.
uh,
I mean, either or, I'm down. I mean, I mean the fact that you can just get paid to kill snakes or gators. It sounds like fun to me. Killing snakes or gators. It's like, how hard can that be? It's like you go up to them, you grab them by the head, and you just slice off their heads, right?
yep.
Nothing too much to it.
Them won't work faster than them, so it's like we might as well.
Sounds good to me.
We were supposed to kind of make sure that we can pass the
Like
drug
it was
test.
in the Everglades. Have you ever been to the Everglades?
I always wanted to. I'm trying to leave my, not literally leave them, but like, I'm trying to go travel and like just get away from my whole entire family and just go out. But yeah, I want to.
Yeah, in the Everglades, apparently there's these invasive species of snake in Florida where the government pays people to kill the snake, and it's a non-poisonous snake, but it's like a really big. There's really big snakes, and there's like all kinds of snakes that are just like. With the problem with the snakes are that they're eating a lot of the natural animals that live in the Everglades, like birds and like different species and like things. They're just eating everything, and that's the problem. Is that they want people to kill the snakes because the snakes are eating everything that are they're from another country. The snakes are coming from another area that they're not supposed to be in Florida. They were an invasive species. Somebody either released them into Florida or they were just like somehow became in Florida, and that's why. And like they're reproducing fast, and that's why they need to kill them. I guess I don't know. I forget exactly the whole story, but I remember I sent you a text about it, and it's ridiculous. What's going on there? So yeah, let's kill some snakes. I'm down.
You know what?
Slice.
Come down, get down. Want to live in our tents? Like fuck it. Like let's live in our tents. Fuck it. Like live in our tents, be a little wild. I think we should find a nice like campsite where we can just go fishing for our food. Like having to walk down or whatever, go fishing. Fish for hours, that's where they'll kill the snakes. Yeah, we can come up with a plan B, just like buy food and shit like that. Get like a nice like electronic thing. So I remember you saying there was like a few electronic sites.
What do you
That
mean
you were saying.
electronics?
I remember you said for the camping. You said there was like a few electronic camping sites. And some new and dry camping.
Yeah, like if you have a campsite, you can plug in your electronics too.
So we might as well just kind of like do that. Like tent, buy a nice refrigerator, freezer, boom, sit.
Living in the Everglades.
Hmm?
Living in the Everglades with the snakes and the alligators out there. What else is there in Florida besides snakes and alligators? Is there anything else that's like dangerous?
Scary? Nothing. Besides the alligators and snakes, I don't think raccoons are scary because I dealt with a few of them in PA before, but no. No, it's just like snakes and gators, and then we'll go to Everglades and like we do that for a little while, living off a campground, and yeah, like why not?
Sounds good.
Bros need bros. Hell, we'll probably get more pussy than most, but like, damn, he's got a fucking badass job. Like, hell, I want to fuck that guy. Hell, we might be doing well with each other doing this kind of fucking work. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
And it's all I want at this point is like pussy and a real girlfriend. Like, I just want a girlfriend at my point. Not pussy by day, but yeah, I just want a girlfriend at this point. I'm 28 goddamn years old. I'm ready to settle down. Y'all wonder what I'm drinking tonight? I'm drinking Bush. I'm getting old. Cheers, I'm still gonna be doing badass jobs. My buddy Chadwick, right, Chad?
You're so funny, man. Where are we at here in this podcast? We're getting through these podcasts. Can you did another photo tonight? You did another drawing tonight. You showed us your first one, which is the one you showed us before. Can you show us? I don't think you showed us the second one yet. And this what
Wait,
we're
dude, that was the Iron Man one.
with the heart.
Yeah.
Did you show it? Did you already show that one?
I mean, I'll show you up again, but I'll admit I went and try working on this one again. I'll show you third drawing, but it wasn't that good. And I just started over.
Oh, that's a
I was
different one.
trying to
That's a
put
whole. That's a
another.
whole different one. That's one you're working on and still doing, right?
I'll show you the other one.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I wasn't sure if you showed that one for this podcast with the heart and the claws coming out of it.
I'm going to
So
do this.
appreciate you showing that, man. That's appreciated in the Beck's book quality.
You
I
know,
know every time you draw something in that book, it's like a serious piece of art that needs. That's like when
and I
you when you say every time Meck draws something in that book, it's like I want people to know about it because I know that he really cares about it to an extent. So
well, you gotta kill me before you get to my book and do stupid shit with that. I got my book with my life. Not even fucking joking. Not even joking. You try to go after my book, you gotta kill me before you get to my book. If you want to steal anything in my life, you're not stealing my book.
heck yeah, I'll tell you what. Every piece of art that you do in that book is nothing compared to what you can actually compared to what Meck has done in the past. If you've seen his artwork of his battleship, for example, the ship that he drew of his
Oh yeah,
brother's
it's
navy
pretty
ship,
good.
that ship that he drew, he actually spent a lot of time on. Like the things that you spent time on and that you really care about are not even in that book. That book is like a joke compared to the shit that you've done in the past. Compared to the artwork that Meck has done in his lifetime, the artwork that he's sharing with us is nothing compared to it, and I appreciate you like for sharing that. But like,
Yeah, I should try redrawing that. I should try respawn a. I should try redrawing a challenge myself on drawing a mother spaceship like from Aliens, like something sketchy, like from Paranormal, like Area 51, right in a spaceship that people talk about, just like flying down. But I want to find something. I want to try to draw it. Drawing a motherfucking spaceship.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then underneath it, I'll draw the my brother's area. No, I mean not area.
I've
What?
tried to challenge you with different pieces of art to draw, and I've talked about you this whole time, so I should talk about me for a little bit, I guess, and just like go on for a little rant about myself so I can give you some time because you've talked so much to this podcast, and it's like I guess I should talk a little bit about my drawing and my art and what I do. Is like when I draw, it's like all right, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Where are we going here? This
Let's say
podcast.
how are you so serious about like moving down doing that job with me with killing snakes?
I'm considering it. It's like killing snakes. I don't know how much we can really make. I don't know. about killing snakes if we can make a living off of that. That's my question. Is like, can we really make enough to make a living off of killing snakes? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Bro, we're gonna be living off fucking campground. I think we can make a living.
I
We're
think we
only
can
living in like the
between.
wilderness. Like
I think
fuck.
the fact that we have this
Can't.
podcast, the fact that we have this podcast going, and that people are actually listening to this, because there are people listening to this, and we appreciate every single person that are listening to our podcast. Shout out to everybody who's listening to our podcast, Pedal to the Metal. We are pedaling to the metal every day. Let's go.
We are making our dreams come true, and we're making our dreams come even sketchier just for y'all. And you know, even if we get our fucking sketchy jobs, we will still buy a fucking head cam or whatever, and these stupid shit together and make it more interesting for our
Even if we can
YouTube channel.
even if we can change like one or two people's lives with our podcast, is so important because we are doing this.
It is.
We're doing this podcast and we're making this happen. We're actually being active and we're actually making moves and we're actually building and we're taking the time to do this, even though it's like there's certain aspects like we don't know exactly what we're doing, but we're doing it and we're actually doing it and we're actually building and we're actually making things happen and we're actually care about all of our audience members out there who are listening. Every single one of them matters to us because the fact that they're listening matters so much to us. And American Meck, American Meck, 51 states, 51 podcasts. It doesn't matter.
We are gonna make
we've said so much shit throughout this podcast that's like irrelevant, that doesn't even matter. This whole podcast has been bullshit. This whole podcast that we've done tonight has been complete bullshit. Nothing irrelevant. It's like the fact that we've done this podcast tonight, the fact that we've been talking about this bullshit and we've been talking about nothing this whole time. We've been doing nothing. Me and American Meck have been talking about absolutely nothing. But we're doing this because we know that somebody out there is listening. One person, two persons, three persons, it doesn't matter. We're changing lives on a small ratio and making people's lives better because they're listening to our lives. And American Meck, I appreciate you for being a part of this podcast. And I know that you here care about these people as well. So go ahead and give them a shout out yourself, man. Give them a shout out.
All right. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm so Christian. And honestly, I always appreciate everybody that comes through my life just being like, oh man, you're cool as fuck. Even it's like getting a good compliment, and blah blah blah. Like, I still feel appreciate like any person that comes through trying to be a friend. Like, I know bad guy. It's kind of like coffee. What's your life trouble? Like, even like the homeless people, man. Like, even that gives me heartbreaking and shit. Like, feel bad for some of them. Yeah, they're out there, and hell, for instance, me and Chad, we're gonna be living life cheap. We might be killing snakes. So yeah, plug it. I love everybody. I love God. I love Jesus. I'm a sketchy person. So is Chad. Especially with our next life decision that might be going on here with killing snakes and shit like that. But we got this all day. We your homeboys.
We're human beings, man. We're just living life and sharing it with the world because we know that it's gonna be affecting people. It's what we do is affecting people. Even though we're just talking about bullshit and we're just trying to keep the conversation going on some dumb shit that we're doing, we're affecting people in a positive way because they relate to what we're doing here. Agreed?
Yes, and I agree.
I mean, that's
and you know what's funny, dude? Even if you like want to move down to Florida, we can still go deer hunting, like taking like a long vacation. And I still say we can make that snake shit happen. And I don't know why. I just really, really want to do it.
We're building, bro. We're building. We're building. And this is only the beginning of what me and American Meck are doing with the Pedal to the Metal podcast, pedaltothemetal.io coming soon. I have to build it. It's my job, and I've been failing at it. It's my fault for failing us in building that in that pedaltothemetal.io. But we are building from the bottom up, and this is only the beginning. And the best is yet to come with me and American Meck. And what we're doing here is only the start. So everybody who's listening right now is only the beginning. It's like everybody who's listening right now is coming in at the start, and they're a part of the beginning of the big thing that's happening. And what we're building is including everybody here, and it's including everybody that's what we're building is so big. It's gonna be huge, huge.
Bro, we're gonna go big. We're gonna go like my motto is and always been. We're gonna go big or go home.
Big
And
or
we're
go
going
home.
big. Big, man. We go big.
Where are we
Like-
at here? We're at I don't know. We're probably at the end of this podcast. Let's I feel like I kind of tried to add in some positive shit here. I tried to add in some
And like I said about
it's my
that's why we go
I
big or
did
go
I did
home.
my job.
We go
It's
big.
it's like I did what I'm supposed to do by adding in some positive shit. Cause that's what we're supposed to do. Is we're supposed to be nobody wants to hear negative shit. Everybody wants to hear positive shit. I did the best I could at staying
I felt
positive.
like we did really good on the positive shit. Like I don't think we heard
Let's
negative shit at
let's
all.
just get hyped up. Let's just always get hyped up over positive shit. Let's always be positive people and be even though we have our own problems. It's let's just make this podcast about positive shit so that other people feel our energy and we build shit. Even though we have shit that's going on in our lives that's a problem, both of us and everybody included, we all have negative shit. It's let's build this fucking shit up from the bottom up. Let's keep going with it and talk for a minute, man. I'm thinking.
I'll talk. No, would you be cool if I changed
That's cool. Because I don't know what I don't even know what I'm doing, man. I'm just trying to build shit.
well,
And I know the best way to I know personally the best way to build shit is to be positive because people like positive shit. Even though there's negative shit. It's I think just even if we're faking it till we make it.
Well, we're not faking anything. People know we're going through hard lives. We're all doing our best. We're trying to stay out of other people's business. We might be going through a hard life right now, but I feel like people need to know what's going on in our lives and how we deal with it and shit like that. It's we just gotta say what's on our minds some nights, And I guess some people out there, in PA, Florida, wherever the heck is listening, just gotta say what's on our minds. And frankly, I feel pretty good about this podcast. And even if our next big business decision, and I'm still trying to work on my YouTube as well, trying to get everything off post and shit like that. I should do that after this actually and just get started on it. My Discord and YouTube, but we're trying to get paid doing YouTube. Hell, even if you were to move down to Florida, we could buy a mod spine, just a small Electron or I'm in a small, oh, uh, generator, my bad. Generator. Like we could just buy a small size generator, make a small noises or shit like that. Charge our devices, charge that, and well, we could still live like kings, live it cheap style. Like, let's get out. I'm down. Down to leave job. I'm down to take a risk. Or telling I'm leaving for like 2 months and coming back the next month, and yeah, come down, dude. I'm sure they wouldn't mind letting me off another. Well, let me get laid off. Telling them I'm leaving for a few months. Like, I don't know. Let's give it shit a try. If it's working, I can just tell my job I'm done for a little while.
I'll tell you what, from listening to what you just said there, I can tell you to everybody who's listening, to our audience that's listening, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 100 people, or 1,000 people, or 100,000 people, or 1,000,000 people, me and American Meck are building for the long term together. We are building for the long term together, and we are going to make things happen. And I promise you that. And American Meck, I know you're there listening to me, and I'm talking to you directly, one on one. Me and you are talking. Nobody else is.
Always.
I'm only talking to you at this moment, and I'm telling you, me and you are going to build something big, and this is only the beginning of what we're building. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, and I don't know how it's going to happen, and I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to happen though.
And I still like that shit about the snake idea coming down.
It's only going to
We gotta
happen.
reconvene it. We gotta reconvene it. This and go on about like the snake job or whatnot, but
I plan to be lifelong with Meck here, American Meck. I plan to be building lifelong with American Meck. And I hope you feel the same way, man. I hope you feel the same way, because I plan to, whatever we're doing here, this is only the start, is my vision. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be snakes. I don't know if it's going to be gators. I don't know what it's going to be. I plan to build with you for the long term, and I hope you feel the same way. Is all I'm saying. And we're only starting. That's all I can say.
you know, I agree with you 100%. Snakes, gators. You already found a job for the snakes, so I'm sure there's probably a fucking job for gators down here. We'll find something. And plus, I'm living in camp. It's like I love camping. You like camping? Might as well live on fucking dry ground. All we gotta do is like every time we come home, buy a shit ton of water or a beer, whatever we feel like drinking, and food. But now we got this all day long.
Yeah,
What I personally love to do is like find a place that has like a lake or something like that, like nearby, where we go out fishing at night. Just I got a big one. I got one this big. I got a dinner. I'm shaving off. I got you.
American Meck.
That.
American Meck. I can tell you from experience, and what I've learned is that we have shared so much value with our audience and everybody that's listening to this. We've shared a ton of value tonight. We've shared so much value at this point that we should probably end this podcast right at this moment. And we've shared so much value that the best is yet to come. And that it's like the fact that we've shared what we've shared and that we're willing to put this out. So many people are afraid to do what we're doing, and we're doing the unbelievable. We're making things happen. The fact that we're here talking, and the fact that we're here making these videos, and the fact that we're here doing this podcast,
And
we've
my
actually
jobs.
we're actually doing things. Some people talk about doing things. Some people talk about wanting to do things. We're actually making things happen. and we're putting it out there, and there's people that are listening, and they kind of have the same, they kind of feel like us, and they kind of want to be, they kind of have this in their head. They're like thinking like, damn, these two guys are making it happen, because we are making it happen, and we're gonna make it happen, man. Can we
Bro,
let's close this out. Let's make this end. Let's end this shit. What are we doing here? Let's no. Unless you got more, unless you want to keep this going, it's up to you.
honestly, I kind of feel like I kind of want to keep it going
Okay.
a little bit. Like, kind of want, like, yeah, I feel great on what you kind of said. Like, you never know what me and Chadwick are going to do next with like our future jobs, and just we're trying to make some sketchy shit happen for our next job and limit it in the wilderness. It's like keep on going. And no, why not? I'm actually kind of thinking I'm down to close it out. You down?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I guess I'll close it out.
I think we added a ton of value tonight to our audience, even though we talked bullshit. It's like the bullshit that we talk the whole time. The whole time we've been talking, like we literally had no idea what we were going to talk about. We just started going with this podcast from the start. It's like we didn't know where this was going to go. We had no idea how to start this, and we just made this happen. We build shit. We are builders, and we are making things happen. Me and American Meck are entrepreneurs, and we are building a new business. This is just part of our this is a small part of what me and you are building together. And what American Meck is doing is completely different from what I'm doing. American Meck has his own life, and he's going to build his own vision of his own life, and he's going to make his own things happen in his life. I'm going to make my own things happen in my life, and I'm going to build my own vision. But together, right now, we are making things happen in this particular podcast. What we're doing together is adding so much value, and I know it, and that's why I'm speaking on it. And I am kind of the visionary of who created this podcast to some extent, and that's why, I mean, American Meck is like a big part of this podcast, and I'm so thankful for him. And it's like I had the idea. I personally had the idea of like building a podcast, and like American Meck, the fact that he's a part of this podcast, his value is more value than mine. The American Meck's value has added more value to this podcast than I've added to this podcast, and I'm so thankful. It's like, go ahead, dude. I don't know. It's just like what I think you've added more value to this podcast than I have, and in terms of the value of what people are listening to here, and like what people are learning from us, I think that the value that you've brought here has brought like so much. Like I'm so like even to me, and I'm talking to you one on one. I'm talking to, like when I'm here doing this podcast with you, I'm talking to you one on one. There's people listening. There's people listening right now. And I feel like I'm talking to you one on one, but there's also people listening, which we don't even realize. We don't even realize together that there's people listening, but there are people listening. And the fact,
yeah, there's always people listening. Like this one buddy that I work with. I told like 3 people, and if I to start telling other people about our podcast, but no joke. Like after I got done work on Tuesday, because I'm off today. When it was Thursday, and I gotta be up in the afternoon. I work at 4 p.m. I work night shifts and yeah, whatnot. Anyways, like after I got done work, I told like my one manager that I got hired as a manager. I was like, yeah, like going like walking out the door. I was like, yeah, check out Title to the Metal podcasts on fucking YouTube. Check it out. And they were all laughing a little bit, and like even it's like one girl, her name is Gloria that I work with, she was like, even she wants me on her podcast, and
dope.
this other guy, James, but yeah, they I think we're both gonna be on it. I don't know yet. Just gonna toss Sylvia. But we kind of have like a funny thing going on at work. It's pretty funny. I fucking love her. And that's our manager page. It's just funny as fuck. Still our nicest bitch closer we got right now.
Yeah, and
I
also
love it.
I think it's me and you right now are just like the beginning of what's coming for the podcast. I think we're gonna have other people on our podcast, and these first 51 episodes are only like a test run of what we're doing. Like this is only the beginning of what we're doing. I believe that there's actually people that want to be on our podcast, and we're gonna have them on in the future. So I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
so
I think to have more people on when we have a third person on and a fourth person on and a fifth person on and a sixth person on, it's gonna be more
like
fun for the boot.
we try to like have like a legitimate big conversation going. Like I don't know, like how do you want to kind of deal with it?
I think it's gonna be more fun when we have more people on in the future, and I think that's what people want to be on our podcast, and we're kind of excluding them at the moment because we're building together to start with, and then there's only more that's gonna come. And we could also end this could be our last podcast. This could be our very last podcast. We could I could we,
Well, fuck no.
either of us could get hit by a bus tomorrow, and this could be our last podcast. Either one of us could die tomorrow, but the fact that we're adding,
I am God, and I will not die.
yep.
And I am Jesus. I will not die. If I die, I will become a god.
I'm
That's
saying
Jesus. But it's
this if this is our last podcast, we did a pretty damn good job with it. I think we've added a lot of value to people. Let's end this off, dude. What are we doing? Unless you want to keep going, I don't care. I've got. What are you thinking?
I'm kind of down to shut it off. Should I
Let's shut
just
it
shut
off.
us down for the night?
Yeah, let's shut this shit off with you, and because let's give you this ending, and I might add on to your ending. Let's see how you do with your ending.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, you know how me and Chadwick do it. Chad really likes to fuck with me a little bit, trying to like mess around a little bit in my head and whatnot. And we try to get our voices heard out there and try to let's see what's going on in the world. And honestly, leave us a voice chats in the comments. Please like, subscribe. We all love you. At the end of the day, we're all having bad issues in our lives, but yeah, please continue, subscribe, try. Be more passionate. Tell me what you want me to draw. Hell, if you want Chadwick to draw something, like we're always looking at comments, guys.
Okay. We always
Yeah.
end our. I almost forgot. When we end our podcast, we have to request each other to draw something each time before our next podcast. So we should probably do that. What should we should? I'll request something from you, and you request something from me to draw. So I'm gonna request from you something to draw. I'm gonna request you. I'm thinking about all we've talked about tonight, and I'm gonna request you to draw an alligator, just a basic alligator. That's all I'm requesting. Is a basic,
That's
a basic.
it. I totally
No,
got
no,
it all
no
done.
tricks, no tricks to it. Just a basic alligator. That's my request to you, is to draw a basic alligator before next podcast.
Okay. I want you to draw a dragon.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Draw something better than this. Something way different. Try yourself a dragon. You give me an easy one. I mean, you gave me a hard one last time, and I gave an easy one. Give me something good.
A dragon. Just a.
Nope.
Is that the requirement? Just a dragon?
Dragon
plain
that
dragon.
has like a different flame. electricity, something like that. Like just
You said a different flame?
yep, give me something good.